Hi all, here's a little video that might interest a few of you out there. I've done lots of videos on bullet mics, on stick mics, on amps, you know, the usual stuff. Well, I recently discovered this pedal and I'm a huge fan of this. Of course, it depends what you're after and what you wish to do. If you are looking for that Junior Wells sound, the cotton, Carey Bell, where they didn't have a bullet and an amp, what they would do is they would be singing through their microphone as just normal vocals, and then they would take that microphone and play harmonica through it. Now that worked really well way back when, because the PA systems in those days were all tube, they were all analog, and they had natural saturation on and good compression, so they actually sounded pretty good. I mean, the harmonica was pretty loud, but it sounded great. It had a good bite to it, not the full big sound of a bullet through an amp, but it had a really good crunch to it. All that, you know, Hoodoo Man Blues, the whole album of Hoodoo Man Blues is just a vocal mic straight into the PA. That wasn't through an amp, and you get that clean sound, but it has a bite and an edge to it. Now, if you want to do that nowadays, you can't really, because it's all digital, and so you get digital distortion, and that, you know, that's not really what my ears like anyway, unless you've got, you know, a really good guy sitting on the board, which, as we know, is not often the case. And so what I do is, and here I've got a Shure C635, and it's going straight in. I've got a wireless system on here. It's going straight into the pedal, and it's going straight out into a Focusrite into my computer. Right, here we are, the LR Baggs Session Acoustic DI. There are only really 5 buttons. The first one is this one over here. This is notch. I've never needed it. It's to do with cutting out certain frequencies. In the middle we have saturate, and then on the right we have compression. These are the two I'm going to show you in the video shortly. They're the most important from a harmonica perspective. And then, of course, over here you have the gain button. This pedal is aimed at acoustic guitar, so we are, as a harmonica microphone going straight in, we need to have that quite low. And then over here we have the volume. Again, I have that around about 9 o'clock. You can whack it up a bit, but then the guy on the board will probably complain, but it does the trick. Over here in the middle we have the XLR out, which goes straight to the PA, which is great because it is a DI box. That's what it's for. And then we have over here, this is the input. That is where we go in here with our guitar cord, or in my case I'm going in with a wireless adapter in, because I'm using a stick mic. Then, now that we're plugged in, we have a battery check here. If I push and hold that, hopefully, there you go, you can see the battery's good. And that's kind of a useful feature, so you know how long your 9-volt battery is going to last. We also have, if I put the cable straight in, as if I'm going to the PA, we have phantom power, which means I don't actually need a battery at all because it's running off the PA. That's kind of good. I like that. And then over here, we have the normal out, as if you are going to an amp. Yeah, and then of course down here you have your on-off button if it's now activated, and now it's off. That's how it works. There is no bypass to this. It's either off or on. I guess the bypass from our perspective would be just turning these two buttons right down, turning the saturate and the compression buttons right down. But why would you do that? Okay, back to the main act. And what I'm going to show you is the difference between not having the pedal and having the pedal. And so what I'm going to do is turn the saturation down and the compression right down. And this is going to be pretty much what you would get going into a PA. Okay, pretty clean, and it lacks a little bit of character. Now, I'm going to turn the saturation on. I'll turn the saturation up to 9 o'clock. No compression yet. we're getting there. Now I'm going to turn the compression up as well, so both are at 9 o'clock. Alright, now I'm going to leave the saturation at 9 and turn the compression up to 12 o'clock. A lot of players out there love a lot of compression. I like a bit of compression, but have a listen. Alright, now I'm going to turn both to 12 o'clock, the saturation and the compression. Alright, it's got a lot of bite, maybe too much there. By the way, the volume is pretty much at 9 o'clock and the gain is at the first line, so hardly any gain. Yeah, now you can see exactly what it does. I'm going to turn it back to the sort of pretty much what I like, and I think it really gives you an easy way out. Unless you want to go for the full bullet, the full big sound, then I think this is great. I've been playing with this quite a lot recently. I've recorded a couple of albums with it. I think it's highly recommended. It's actually for acoustic guitar, and it's called Session Acoustic DI by LR Baggs. It's not really meant for harmonica, but I was looking for this solution. I had been looking for a long time. I had someone make me a couple of pedals, and I said, I don't really want distortion. I want saturation and a bit of compression, and wanted to have that sound that I had in my ears from like Hoodoo Man Blues and that time, and stumbled across this and just gave it a shot, and I think it's absolutely great. You go in straight out into the PA, or you can go out into the PA and you can go out with a normal guitar chord into your amp as well. Yeah, it works for amps, it works for the PA. Great. Now what I'll do is I'm going to record myself again. This time I'm going to put some reverb on, just a little bit of plate reverb, so you can hear what it might sound like if you were trying to make it nice. Here we go. Okay, I hope that gave you a good impression of this lovely little pedal. Okay, bye for now.